Alright, unscripted intro. Back in September, I made a Plush Collection video in September 2024. And, it wasn't that good because I didn't know what I was really doing, and while I still don't know what I'm doing, I have a better idea of what I'm doing, I guess. I genuinely just don't know how to make an intro for this. It's another Plush Collection video. You know how Plush Collection videos work. And you know it's probably going to end up being in sections and categories of characters like it was last time. And yes, you're right. All I really have to say for this intro is, 1, none of these are for sale, obviously. Don't try to get your grubby hands on my stuff. You're never getting the stuff that I have. Second, there's like 118 of these. So, yeah, this is gonna take ages for me to do. And imagine if this intro doesn't even pick up my voice well. That's gonna suck. And I'm gonna have to do a retake. That will be pain. Anyways, Angry Bird time, because we always have to start with the Angry Birds, am I right? Why am I doing this? Alright, unlike last year, where I basically didn't have that many Angry Bird plushies, I actually have Red this time. So we're gonna start with him. He's pretty cool. He's, as you can probably tell by the scale of the plush to my hand, I mostly collect 8-inch. Usually you see people collect 5-inch Angry Bird plushes, which, I mean, they made most of the characters in 5-inch, so it makes sense. Or, 6-inch, but, it's around the 5-inch scale. But, I just really like the 8-inch for some reason. This is a White House Leisure variant, I'm pretty sure. And it's, 2nd gen as well. Yeah, there's White House Leisure logo. And the not for retail sale, meaning it was a claw machine variant. And there's beanbags inside there. I'm not sure if you can hear it. But yeah, that's Red. He's leader of the flock. Literally, I think everyone knows this character. Yeah. I think everyone knows all the characters that we're going to look at today. And you can also see some characters in the back. Oh well. Anyways, Redbird, he's here. That's cool. Next we have the Blues. This is one of them. Not sure which one this is. I know they're called Jim, Jay, and Jake, but I'm not sure which one is which, because I'm still trying to figure that out. All I know is this one that I'm about to show you is the oldest, because even though it's 3rd gen like the rest of them, it's still the old design. It's still the Dead Stare design. These are also White House Leisures, but they are 3rd generation instead of the 2nd generation. So, yeah. All of them. And I think they still have sound boxes. He's got a sound box. He's got the best sound box. And I don't want to press this guy's sound box. It is demonic. This guy's sound box, last time I tested it, it did not go well. He sounds like a demon. And judging by that face, I wouldn't be surprised. So, yeah. The Blues, they like pulling pranks and stuff. Pretty sure everyone knows that. But, yeah. It's the Blues. Do I even really have to introduce these guys? I don't think so. But, yep, that's them. Moving on. Here's Chuck. This one isn't a White House Leisure. This one, I'm pretty sure, is an actual 2nd gen one that you would find in the store. And for some reason, I'm convinced he's a Walmart variant because he's taller than Red. Just slightly taller than Red. So I think he might be a Walmart variant or something like that. I don't know. But yeah. It's the old design as well. You got the eyes pointing at the front. The bomb feathers don't go all the way. And yeah, that's all I really have to say about Chuck. Other than, he's narcissistic. He's a narcissist. All that stuff. Yeah. I honestly really like this plush. I don't know why. Chuck isn't even one of my favorite characters. I just really like how this plush looks. and I genuinely can't explain why. Here's Bomb. Yeah. He's an explosive guy. This plush is, again, I got a bunch of White House Leisure variants for some reason, probably because I'm in the UK. And once again, he is a second generation White House Leisure, kind of like red. I really like how this plush looks, and obviously it's the more common regular variant. I do not think I'm ever going to be able to find a variant with the white dot. But, oh well. I still really like how this plush looks, even without the white dot. Yeah. It's Bomb. He's a pretty cool character. So, yeah. Sorry if I'm not saying much. Is currently, it's currently 10. I think I messed with the lighting a bit by accidentally trying to see what the time is, but it's like 30 minutes past 10 at night as I record this. So, yeah. Anyways, Bomb. Then we have Matilda. I probably am going to have a second Matilda plush, so I can turn one of them... Oh god, I got this dust out. So I can turn one of them into a mix of the classic and Toons design of Matilda. But for now, I just got this one, and it's pretty cool. This one, again, is a store variant, and it has a sound chip up there. I can't really show you, but like, yeah, there is a sound chip in there, but it's not working, obviously. You can technically have Matilda, you can technically open her mouth, and I kind of find that funny. I don't know why. But yeah, that's Matilda. Not really much to say on the plush, other than it looks cool. Yeah, that's Matilda. That's all I really have to say. Alright, the first plush that actually appeared in the... Alright, the first plush in this video that appeared in the last plush collection as well. And also my favorite bird. Oh my god, the voice crack there. My favorite bird of the Angry Bird series. We got Hal. The pre-chrome design for Hal. Again, I'm pretty sure this is a store variant of the character. No sound chip, though, to my knowledge. There could be one up here. Oh, there is. Yeah. It's got the beak. Obviously, with the 8-inch and higher sizes, they never made an open beak variant. Sadly, that would have been pretty cool. But like, again, that's another advantage of collecting 5-inch. You get open beak Hal, which is really cool. But since I collect 8-inch, I'm just gonna have to deal with a sealed beak. But hey, still cool plush. I do plan on getting the chrome version of Hal as well, as I prefer that design. But this is still really cool. I really like this design for him still. Yeah. You saw him last time if you watched the last one, so let's just move on. These next two characters I got today on Christmas Day. Because it's Christmas Day as I record this. Yeah. Anyways, it's Stella. So, yeah. Stella's a really cool plush. It's really hard to try and get all three of the head feathers to go up like that, though. The expression. And also you got these. I'm pretty sure this is a Mighty Mojo release from 2022. Just without a tag. So I can't really tell if it is. But, like, I'm pretty sure. I'm like 50% sure it is. But yeah. It's still a really cool plush. Yeah. It's Stella. What can I really say? Alright. Last member of the flock that I currently have. It's not Terrence. It's Icebird. I don't have a Bubbles or a Terrence. But I do have an Icebird. And yeah. A lot of people give him fan names. And I don't know if I'm gonna keep using Icebird or keep using one of the fan names. I really don't know. But like, it is still Icebird. Yeah. This is a White House Leisure variant. Third generation. No sound. It's Icebird. He doesn't need a sound box to be cool. There is a stitching error down here. It came like this, okay? But it's still Icebird. And besides, you're not really going to notice that one, unlike another plush with a stitching error. But, like, you're not really going to notice this one, so it's fine. Yeah, it's Icebird. It's good. Very good. Yeah, Icebird. Let's now start moving on to the pigs. Here is King Pig. His crown is not really sorted out properly. Yeah, this is the TCC Global King Pig. I plan on getting a 12-inch Commonwealth King Pig someday. Oh my god. Keep your crown up, bro. But yeah, until that, and I'm gonna then use this guy as a younger King Pig, like when he's young. But for now, this is just regular smooth cheeks second. And yeah, the egg stealing guy. Sorry if my camera's at an angle. Do you know how hard it is to film on a bed? Whatever. Yeah, it's King Pig. I really like this character. Probably one of my favorite characters in the Angry Birds series, other than Hal, Chef Pig. So yeah, got King Pig. He was the first classic Angry Bird plush that I got. So yeah, that's King Pig for you. Next up, we got Foreman Pig. Foreman Pig is a really cool plush. This is a Mighty Mojo one. I know this one is Mighty Mojo. Yeah. He's pretty cool. Plan on, once again, getting a second version of this character so I can give him the glass eye that he has in Angry Birds Toons. Yeah, this is good. He's got peanut-shaped nostrils. He's got the orange mustache. He's got the bags under his eyes, which are either from old age or lack of sleep. I'm pretty sure it's old age because the pre-chrome design that this was based off made him look pretty old with, you know, those white eyebrows. He's old. I'm old. He's old. Anyways, yep, that is the Foreman Pig plush. And now we got Helmet Pig, who I got today. Another TCC Global Pig, like King Pig. This isn't supposed to be like Corporal Pig or anything. This is just a regular Helmet Pig. So, yeah. It's basically just a Minion Pig. Since it's not supposed to be Corporal Pig, it's basically just a Minion Pig, but with a helmet, which is a pretty good helmet. And I'm going to have a bunch of these someday because, yeah, there's not many, like, this is probably the only classic undamaged Helmet Pig that was actually released. I know that was the Angry Birds Go sample, but that's a sample, so it's probably really hard to get. But, so yeah, I'm going to have a bunch of these at some point. But yeah, this is the first one. I'll probably find a way to distinguish him. Whatever. That's just Helmet Pig. I'm going to do the two Minion Pigs that I have at once. So here's a regular Minion Pig. You've seen him the last time. He's Mighty Mojo. I got him at the same time as the Foreman Pig. And yeah, you've seen him before. Because I mostly just want to cover Big Pig. This guy is a 12-inch, I'm pretty sure. And he is, I'm pretty sure, a store-bought Minion Pig who's just 12-inch. This is not going to be like any specific character. I'm not going to make this Big Balk. This is just some pig that just so happens to be bigger than the rest of the Minion Pigs. So, yeah, that's who this is. They both got the mouth from the pre-chrome. And, yeah, they're Minion Pigs. What can you really say? It's just Minion Pigs. Alright, this part's basically just going to be similar to last year's one. Nico and Pedro, nothing's really changed about them. Nico is still a shop-bought, 5-inch plush for the Angry Birds Rio game, even though he never actually appeared in the game. Might get a broken one. Like, you see, the bottle cap, it's put on here, but I don't want to have to cut off the bottle cap because this plush is in really good condition. So I might find one in bad condition so I can have the bottle cap on its own. Like, this one will forever stay intact. But I might not end up doing that at all. I just had a thought of it one time. Pedro is still the White House Leisure stitching issue up here that came like a big version of the plush, and I really want to get a small version. But he's still cool, especially when you actually get to stand his hair up, right? Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. It's probably going to fall down soon. Yeah. I told you it will fall down. Yep, these are basically the same guys as last time, so yeah. These two are also the same as last year. Obi Boom Kenobi and Princess Stella Organa, the Angry Birds Star Wars Tesco variants, because in the UK, you will find Tesco variants no matter what. It is very rare to find, in UK and Ireland, it is very rare to find normal versions, the higher quality versions. These were the first Angry Bird plushies that I ever got, though. Like, first Commonwealth Angry Bird plushies I ever got, so I'm not complaining. They're still pretty cool, even though they're lower quality. And yeah, I don't really have much to say about them. So let's just move on to a few extras and stuff. We got the greatest member of the flock, Stinky Steve. This is a OC made by YouTuber Jake Miller, and he makes pretty cool ranking videos and stuff. And yeah, he turned an Angry Bird original character that he made, he turned him into a plush, and it's pretty cool. Really good plush, very high quality. They made a second eye under there, even though you're probably not going to cut the hair off. Yeah, you got hair all around him. He's got tail feathers. It's really cool plush. I'm very glad I got him because it's limited. It was limited, like Makeshift and YouTube's plushies, but it was on a different site. But yeah, I got him. And yeah, that's pretty cool. It truly is the greatest member of the Angry Bird flock. I got these small dudes. They come from the Angry Birds Tactic Action board game. Well, it's not really a board game, but it's a game. I showed them last time, at the end of the last video, because I didn't think they counted at the time, but now I think, yeah, these guys definitely count. So, yeah. The Minion Pig that came with the default set, though, does not count because it is not plush material. Yeah, these are pretty high quality versions of Angry Bird character in small form. There's multiple more of these. There's like multiple of these that I don't have, and I think there's even some space ones as well that I might try and get. But yeah, that's these guys. Okay, so I recorded an ending to the Angry Birds section of this video, but then I completely remembered that I have these Angry Birds Movie 2 Red and Bomb plushies because I forgot they were on the shelf and only saw them after I finished that scene. Now I'm gonna have to redo it. Red's beak is still doing this. Bomb, his tail feathers are still tangling, and I do not want to fix them because screw the second movie. The first one is definitely the only good Angry Bird movie. I really hope that they actually do well for the third movie. I hope the third movie's good, but, you know, with the whole Red and Silver having a kid thing, I don't think this movie's gonna turn out good, unfortunately. I don't think the third one's gonna turn out good. So, yeah. Real shame. And at last, the final Angry Bird plushies currently in my collection are the eggs. These are literally just simple egg things that you can find a tutorial on online, and decided to just turn them into the eggs from Angry Birds. The reason the birds and pigs are at war in the first place. I will make a nest for these one day, and I will also make multiple types of eggs, like one for Matilda to shit out, because, you know, that's her ability. The golden egg from Angry Birds Stella, the Eggstroid and Space Egg from Angry Birds Space. I'll try and make those as well. So, yeah. There's gonna be more eggs. But for now, it's just the main three that are the reason the birds and the pigs fight. And that right there was the Angry Birds section of the video. This is probably the biggest amount of plushies that I have in my entire collection, because I really like Angry Birds. So let's move on to the next section, which I'm pretty sure, if I don't decide to change it, we're gonna do some Nintendo characters. So, yeah, let's do that. Now that I've cleared my bed of the Angry Bird plushies, let's do Nintendo characters. First off, we got Mario. I'm pretty sure I've heard things about this Mario being made by Jazzwares, apparently. I didn't see anything about that on the tag when I first looked last time. It might not even be from Jazzwares. I don't know. It just says World of Nintendo, and I'm like, that's what I'm going to call this Mario. The World of Nintendo Mario plush. And yeah, it's literally just the same plush from last year. So let's just move on, because, you know, we've already covered this guy, technically. The same goes for the plush of Mario's brother, Luigi, the superior brother. It's once again the World of Nintendo plush that I talked about last time. But yeah, still Luigi, so it's better. I always liked Luigi as the better brother. I always felt that. But yeah, it's literally just the same Luigi plush as last time. Again, another character from last time. We got Yoshi. This is literally, again, World of Nintendo Yoshi. But yeah, I really like this Yoshi plush. It's pretty cool. He's got a little open mouth. He's got hands. And I'm gonna see, you can make it look like Mario's riding him, but I'm pretty sure you can't actually make them ride the Yoshi. Which is kind of annoying. But yep, that's Yoshi. So, moving on.
Oh boy, can't wait to hurt my voice again while doing this joke about Toad's voice.
Oh god. Yeah, I'm gonna do this every time, because I hate myself. Yeah, same old Toad as last time, Super Mario. Do really like this Toad plush. And yeah, it's literally just the same as last time. Moving on. Alright, finally, some new plushies. Here is Lemmy Koopa. Yep, I got one of the Koopalings. He still has all his tags and stuff on. And I'm pretty sure this is actually a Sine plush from the All-Star Collection. Let me look for the tag. Yep. So, I think I actually got a Sine Mario plush. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. But yeah, it is really good. I really like this plush. Yep. There's not much to say about Lemmy Koopa. He definitely isn't my favorite of the Koopalings. And neither is the other Koopaling I have, because I only have two. Let's move on to that other Koopaling before I lose my breath and pass out like Lemmy did, because, God, I need water. I'm sweating right now. Other Koopaling is Roy Koopa. Once again, his tags are not removed yet. He's got his wand. There's not really much to say. Do you like how they did his teeth? And sunglasses. Although, I don't think you can take them off. And I don't think they have what's behind the sunglasses in there. I didn't get to mention Lemmy's spiked shell, so I'm gonna mention it. And this goes for both of them. I do really like how they did the spiked shell, spiny shell on the back. I do really like this. And also these... What are these? Chains? Bracelets? Something to make them look edgy and cool? I have no idea. I don't know what they're called because I'm a dumbass. But yeah, that's Roy. That's the Mario guys. Let's move on to some other Nintendo characters. Yeah. We got Pichu. He appeared last year. It's literally just Pikachu but baby. This one, I think, is a Tomy plush, yeah. It's Tomy plush. Pretty cool. Not much to say about it since we saw him last year. But I do have a Bulbasaur. Let me get him on screen. Bulbasaur. I really like this Bulbasaur plush. It is pretty cool. It's definitely... I definitely picked this over you. But both plushes are cool. Another voice crack. Got this. Camera slipped. But yeah, it's a Bulbasaur. Not much to say about it. And Pichu is here as well. I guess. Yeah. Last Nintendo plush. Yep, it's Isabelle from Animal Crossing New Leaf. She actually has bells that actually make noise. I really like that detail. Found her at the same time as Roy and Lemmy. So, yeah. Pretty good store that I found these in. Yep, it's Isabelle. It's Animal Crossing. You know it. And, yeah. I don't really have to explain much. Don't think I had to explain much with any of these characters, or even the Angry Bird ones. But oh well, I did. So, yeah. Gonna hear about that a lot. Now let's move on to the wrap-up of this section before my phone slips again. I can't speak. Send help. Yep, those are the Nintendo characters. As you can see, this section is way smaller than the Angry Bird ones. Because I don't have as much. And that's going to be literally the same for every other thing, every other plush, little set, or whatever that you see. I just really like Angry Birds. But there will be a variety of characters still, kind of. Let's move on to a pretty short section. Sonic plushies. I wish I had way more Sonic plushies. Also, because I'm going to have all of the plushies lined up at the end, yeah, they're all just going onto the floor once I'm done with their section. Anyways, time for the Sonic plushies for real this time. Alright, here's Modern Tails. You saw him last time. It's Modern Tails. That's all you really need to know about him. Modern Tails, got that nice leather feeling on the boots. Yeah. I like this plush. That's all I can really say. It's Tails. You know about Tails. We know about the Sonic series. You know what Tails is. You know about the classic and modern stuff. You know why I'm calling this Modern Tails. Why am I rambling? Why am I like this? Why am I like this? Anyways, we got Classic Knuckles. Yay! This is actually a character somewhat new to the collection. It's actually made really well. I really like this plush. Does he know the way? Probably. He's also got the nice leathery feel on the shoes. And, yeah, it's literally just a classic Knuckles. Need I say more? I don't think so. Why do they keep falling? Shadow the Hedgehog time. He is pretty cool. I really like the Shadow Hedgehog plush. Well, I don't like how the quills are always on the side instead of going back. It's a problem with a bunch of Sonic plushies that I see in the stores I go to. But other than that, this is a pretty good Shadow plush. So, yeah. There's not much I can really say about it other than it's detailed well. It's Shadow. Yep. Alright, last Sonic plush, we got Mighty. Yeah. Look, the time between this and, the recording for Shadow was, literally, it was, 5 minutes apart because of family members. They were doing their daily thing. I'm annoyed. But, yeah. Let's just not go into a side tangent. I was gonna make a joke about going into a side tangent that started just me screaming and shouting and going insane, but I'm too tired for that. Let's just talk about the Mighty plush for, a second time. It's pretty good. Once again, these shoes textures. I don't know what it's about, but I just love the leather shoe texture, or whatever texture it is. It's pretty good. Armadillo shape, I guess. I really don't know what I'm supposed to say. Yeah. Pretty underrated character. Most people only know him from Sonic Mania Plus. Yeah. It's still cool how we got a plush. And I find that really, really cool. So yeah, that's Mighty. Yep, that was literally every single Sonic plush. Yeah, I really need to get more of these. I will try my best to get as many of these as possibly can at some point. Well, not as many, but like, you know what I mean. I want to get more. I want more Sonic plushies. So I will try my best to get more, but it might just get caught up in the middle of a bunch of other plushies that I want. So yeah. Let's move on to Five Nights at Freddy's. So, first off for Five Nights at Freddy's, Freddy Fazbear. I've got to be careful because these noses do reflect. I don't want to show my face. But yeah, oh my god. How many voice cracks am I going to do today? But yeah, I really like this plush. It's Freddy Fazbear. I'm very glad that these got re-released. So, yeah, for the 10th anniversary, the original 4 got re-released. But it came out like a year after because they arrived late for me. But I'm just glad I got them now. So, yeah, there's Freddy Fazbear. We also got Bonnie the Bunny. He's got a rap tail. Yep, it's just Bonnie the Bunny. I find that pretty cool. I really don't know what to say about Bonnie the Bunny. He just exists. And despite what this plush wants to tell you, he's actually blue. We got the original... the original Chica. I just look at Chica, bro. It looks so goofy, bro. What happened? What happened to Chica, bro? What happened to Chica? But yeah, I find this plush really goofy and funny. So yeah, that's just Chica for you guys. And then we got Foxy, Pirate Fox, because you can't have these 3 without Foxy, the greatest member of the main 4. I really like this plush. I really like the tooth. I wish the eye patch kind of went around, but like, it's still really, really good plush. And those are the main 4 of Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm gonna get some weird variants and stuff out of the way by first talking about the bootleg versions of Freddy and Bonnie that I have. However, I'm giving them new names now that I have the actual Freddy and Bonnie. This guy is now called Frederick, and the bootleg Bonnie is now called Hare. And yeah, it's literally just bootlegged versions of Freddy and Bonnie. There's not much to say. There is Tie-Dye Chica, who has a better Chica face than the Goofy Chica. But yeah, it's a weird tie-dye variant. I don't know why they made these, but they did, and we have to exist with their existence. So yeah, that's Tie-Dye Chica. And on the topic of the tie-dyes, let's just talk about Tie-Dye Springtrap. Yeah, I don't have a regular Springtrap, I just have Tie-Dye Springtrap, unfortunately. There's not much to say about him. I do like the wires that are coming out, but that's all I really have to say. I do really like this ear. But that's like on all the regular Springtraps. Look at those eyes, though. Those eyes, man. What did they do to those eyes? Anyways, yeah, that's that. We can actually get on to some real characters now. Here's Dreadbear. This was the first Five Nights at Freddy's plush that I got. Dreadbear. From the Curse of Dreadbear DLC for Help Wanted, the original. I still can't believe Help Wanted 2 is a thing. Even though, how long was it to come out? I really have no idea. This plush is extremely cool. I love all the details on it. Little Frankenstein stitching and whatever you call it there. It's just a really cool plush, okay? I definitely made a good decision making this my first Five Nights at Freddy's plush. But yeah, that's Dreadbear. Why do these guys keep falling, bro? I know the bed isn't the best place to be recording something like this, but like, come on. Stop falling, bro! Stop falling! And then finally we have the daycare attendants from Security Breach. Got Sun, and then we got Moon. I already talked about them last time. I made the Pokemon joke. I really don't have much I can say on them, except they're good characters. I'm glad that I got these plushies. They look pretty damn good, I must say. Yeah, that's all I can say. And those are the Five Nights at Freddy's plushies. Quite a few more than the Sonic plushies. I'm pretty sure it's more than the Nintendo plushies as well, surprisingly. Even though I used to not have much Five Nights at Freddy's plushies. Yeah, we're going to talk about the Minecraft plushies next. It's literally the same as It's literally just the same, you know? It's the same as last time. It'll be the same as last time, so you can skip it, because there will be timestamps this time. Let's go. Let's just do the Minecraft ones now. First off, I'm gonna mention the creeper pillow. Last time, I didn't count this as a plush, like the action game Angry Bird ones. But I think they count this time. I think, like, if they count, this counts. It's a creeper pillow, but on the other side, TNT. That's literally it. It's just a creeper pillow, and most of the time I'm going to use this TNT side. So, yeah. Let's move on to the actual plushies. You know, if we were on the topic of creepers... Oh my god, I genuinely can't. Whatever, on the topic of creepers. Creeper plush. Yay, he still has this really jarring stitching issue that I need to fix. Don't mind the hand. The finger, whatever. It's like a spot on it or something, I don't know. But yeah, enhance, there we go. But yeah, other than that, this is the old creeper plush, and I like the old Minecraft plushies better than the new ones, because there's just a certain charm about it. So yeah, that's creeper. Look, he can stand up. Why couldn't the Five Nights at Freddy's ones? Jeez. Here's an Enderman plush. Once again, it's the old one. And literally, other than the eyes being just pitch white, this is literally the perfect Enderman plush. I am dead serious. And there's not much to talk about it, since it is quite literally just a shadow silhouette kind of thing. You know, so there isn't really much to talk about him. Got something stuck in my throat, jeez. Yeah, he falls down. Just like a bunch of other plushies. Screw gravity. Here is a baby pig keychain. It's literally just a baby pig keychain. There's not much to say about it other than it being a baby pig keychain. And I don't know why I'm making every sentence end with baby pig keychain. Yeah, that's it. Baby pig keychain. Why did I do this joke? It is so unfunny. What is wrong with me? Here's a tamed wolf. From now on though, I'm just gonna call him Dennis, like the dog in the Minecraft movie. Cause why not? It's got the red collar. It's a wolf. That counts as Dennis. So yeah. This guy's now Dennis. But other than that, it's literally just the same plush from last time. And it is pretty good. It's pretty good. Ladio. Waggable tail. You can actually make this guy somewhat stand, or just lie down by doing that. So, yeah. That's the plush. Let's move on to the Ender Dragon. Big one. And yeah, it is big. Why did I make them join like that? Whatever. It's a big plush. It's Ender Dragon. She's got the wings. She's got literally everything. These are kind of bending, but oh well. It's an old plush. There's tag. The other wing can somehow make her stand up if you want, but don't know why. You mostly want her flapping through the sky. Oh my god, another stitching issue. Yeah, these plushies need some repair. But yeah, Ender Dragon plush. Pretty dang cool. And yeah, that's literally all the Minecraft plushies. You'd think for someone named after this dang thing, I'd have more Minecraft plushies. But no, I only have a few. Minecraft isn't my favorite game, despite my username. But, yeah. Now, because I've been taking quite a long time, and I also just am really tired, I'm gonna go through a lightning round of some of the game characters that I covered last time. And then we'll do some game characters that I haven't covered yet with new plushes. So, yeah, let's do that. We got Royale with Hat and Lancer from Deltarune. I still want to get more Deltarune plushies and the Undertale ones someday soon. But yeah, for now I just have these two, like last time. Here's a Parappa the Rapper plush. It's literally just Parappa the Rapper. Don't know why his ears are up. They're usually down, but oh well. I do like this plush, But someday in the future, I hope to have those really rare 2001 Parappa anime plushies. Yeah, that is what we call a pipe dream. Can't do the thing now. There we go. The unofficial Miss Chalice plush. This was made... I got this bootleg way before any plush of Miss Chalice's depiction in Cuphead show was made. So, yeah, I just have this, and honestly, other than her eyes looking this way, this is probably, and, like, other than the eyes thing, and also this just being the head still, you could have put the soul essence, whatever it's called, in there. Other than those two issues, this is literally probably one of the best bootlegs on Earth. So, yeah. The bootleggers actually did a good job for once. They sometimes, once in a blue moon, you'll get a good bootlegged plush. So, yeah. However, half the time it's just the bootleg, half the time it's just the quality level of the bootlegged Air Island Epic Wobbucks. That bootleg is literally my sleep paralysis demon. That was a joke. Imagine if it was, though. Why am I like this? No, seriously, why am I like this? Let's just move on. I forgot to mention this guy in the lightning round. The Among Us squeaky toy. Unofficial plush. Made when Among Us was really popular. That's all I really have to say about it. Now let's move on. This is where we transition back to new plushies that I haven't talked about. Because even though I've talked about these two, the Super Fox and the Super Skullcat before, the pistol, the health juice, and Magnum, that they can connect through Velcro, I've talked about these before, and they're technically part of the lightning round, but there were two more plushies that came out after the Plush Collection that I have, and those are the two Zombie Geos, aka Zombie Chickens. We got the red one, and we got the regular greenish zombie. And yeah, they were released around Halloween time, but they arrived in January. So yeah, but I got them, and these are all of the ones that they released on Makeship for Super Animal Royale. Genuinely a good game, and actually updated. The update was good. I really hope they make more plushies on Makeship. I would get them on U2s, but like, we'll talk about U2s in a, you know, let's talk about U2s now. Let's get to the plushies. Let's get to the Dokies. So here are my plushies of the Doki Doki Literature Club characters. Got Sayori. We got Natsuki, which, fun fact, the Natsuki tag I got, this is a completely different tag that just was put onto my Natsuki plush. I find that pretty funny. We'll talk about her in a bit. We got Monica, the main character, you know, I'm not spoiling anything, but yeah. And, alright, back to Yuri. So, Yuri took a while longer to get, because, I made a video on these. Sayori, Natsuki, and Monica arrived at the same time. Yuri took a few months to arrive extra because they sent her to the wrong location, and then they took ages to actually make and ship a new one. But it arrived, and thankfully it did. So I'm definitely not gonna buy from U2s that much now. Like I said, that's why I haven't got the Super Animal Royale U2's plushies or whatever they have there. Even if some of the stuff they make is cool. And if I do ever get a U2's plush again, it is probably just going to be a South Park one. But yeah, all that aside, I really like these plushies. And now I technically don't have to buy those really expensive old ones. So, yay! Waiting months for just one plush to arrive, even though the other three were already here. It's worth it than spending a bunch of money just for a single old plush from 2017. Wait, I'll buy Angry Birds plushies. I shouldn't be talking. Anyways, let's move on to some some other indie horror game thing. Yeah. I still can't believe I'm able to say this due to how they're usually not in stock, but I have 3 of the Omori plushies. There are a bunch more. I only got 3, but like, it's still cool because I usually don't see these guys in stock. Maybe that's just because I joined the fandom when like the game as I record this today, the game is 5 years old. So yeah, and I only found out about this game and got into it at the end of last year. So yeah. Anyways, let's get into these plushies. We got Sunny, the main character. We got Aubrey. Yeah, there's like a whole thing with Aubrey. She used to be their friend, but then she becomes a hooligan. And then she becomes the friend again. Just play the game. And then we got Basil, my favorite character. Basil, the plant boy. He likes plants, and he also likes taking photos and puts them in his photo album. Yeah, I can't really explain much about these characters because not only is it nighttime and I do not know what I'm doing, but also I don't want to really spoil this game much for you. If you don't know anything about this game, go watch a playthrough of it, or better yet, go play it yourself. It is an amazing game. I have it on my Switch. It is fantastic. Go play it. And yeah, we're gonna move on to the next few plushies. I got the makeshift plushies of the boyfriend and the girlfriend from Friday Night Funkin'. They're pretty high quality, and unfortunately, I didn't even know the Pico one existed, because I think a Pico one happened. I think a plush of Pico came out, and even though, yeah, I know he's from Pico School, yeah, they released a Friday Night Funkin' themed plush of him because it was the art style, and he also had the microphone, I'm pretty sure. I didn't even know that came out, and I missed it, unfortunately. But I still got these guys, and they're pretty cool, so, yeah. I really like these. Like, they're actually pretty high quality. It's way better than those Wish.com bootlegs, that's for sure. Remember those? Yeah. Jeez. But yeah, we got these high quality plushies. Moving on. I've talked about Backpack before from HFJ1. He appeared in the last collection. But I got the other 3 HFJ1 makeshift plushies. So let's start off with Soda Bottle. He's a soda bottle. He works a job. Yeah. I once again don't want to spoil much about this show. You should watch it for yourself. Let me get the next plush, because I'm doing this one in one take. We got Senti. This one's a big plush. Yeah, they're a scented candle, if you couldn't tell. Yeah. Pretty good. And, okay. I gotta say something. To show this next plush, it is gonna be a spoiler, basically. This next plush is basically just a spoiler. I'll have a timestamp. I'll literally have the timestamp just for this spoiler section of the HFJ1 plushies. Go watch the show yourself if you don't want to be spoiled. And also, if you don't want to be spoiled, skip to the next section, whatever it is. So, yeah. Time to talk about the spoiler plushie. Here's Airy, the host of the show, and he's a lamppost. Yeah. And he also has a crack because he fell. So yeah, those are the HFJ1 plushies. Let's move on. The Mako and Kaito plushies. I'm very glad that I got these. I'm genuinely happy that I got these. But now I'm just really, like, let's first talk about the plushies. They are very high quality. They're, like, Kaito got a scarf. He's got the scarf. It's really cool. He got, like, a special material on his jacket and stuff. It is cool. And they even have the little microphone thing there. Nice. But yeah, these are really cool. But like, I because I only got into the whole Vocaloid thing, in like, I only became a fan of Vocaloid in like September. I had missed the other four. I missed the makeshift Miku, Luca, and the Kagamiga twins, aka Rin and Len. So I'm really hoping they get a re-release, if that's even possible. But, oh well. At least I got these two. They're pretty cool. And, yeah, let's move on to whatever section is next. Gosh, I am tired. Oh, also, it's like nearly midnight. It's nearly the 26th of December, 2025, but is that gonna stop me? No! I hate myself, and I'm gonna ruin my sleep schedule just to make a plush collection video. Yippee! Anyways, let's move on to the next section, which will be the South Park plushies. First off, we have Eric Cartman. He's not fat, he's big boned. I don't know what kind of South Park plush you call this. Does it have a specific name which South Park plush kind of type it is? I really don't know. But I got it, and he's not the only one. For I have Kyle. And it's a pretty good plush of Kyle. But is that it? No, it's not it. As I also have Stan. And I really like the Stan plush. And you know what? I'm not even going to do a cut. Here's Kenny. I have all four of the boys. I'm going to try and put him somewhere safe so he doesn't die. But yeah, got all four boys from South Park. Main four at least. And yeah, they're pretty cool plushies. And yeah, this was a great find. Oh, and Pip's still here. He's actually one of my favorite characters, and his episode wasn't even that bad. A lot of people hate him, but I think he's funny. This is a U2's plush, by the way. And honestly, he kind of does fit in with the rest of them. Because, like, the embroidered eyes or something are kind of similar to how it is on this one. So, yeah, he fits in quite well. And size-way, too. He also fits in quite well. Sure, there are definitely some visual distinctions and stuff. So you can easily tell that these aren't from the same line. But, like, it still fits in really well. And that's all the South Park plushies. Let's move on. Let's talk about these Spooky Month plushies. We got Skid. We got Pump. I still don't know whether these are the official old versions or just bootlegs. But either way, I do plan on buying the better versions at some point, as well as more characters based off it, because they released smaller versions that are pretty high quality or something. I think I'm going to try to get those. Maybe they're out of stock. And another reason why I think they might be bootlegged, because I don't think in the trailer they showed they had these little, you know, things that had, like, suction cups on them. So, yeah. Whatever way, I have these. They're kind of cool. I only say kind of because I don't know if they're bootlegged or not. But if they're official, these are definitely cool. So, yep. Skid and Pump. Oh my god, I moved the camera in the wrong way. That's Skid, that's Pump. You know that. Let's move on before my voice. Oh my god, I'm running out of breath. Oh my god. Let's talk about some plushies based off the wonderfully corrupt world of Disney, because let's all be real, Disney is very corrupt, and I don't like them that much. But I still have some of their plushies, including this Mickey Mouse. Yeah, it's actually a pretty good Mickey Mouse plush. Yeah, not much to say. It's literally just a basic Mickey Mouse. Here's Eeyore from the Winnie the Pooh series with a somewhat detachable tail. Not much to say, but I really like this plush. It surprisingly is one of the. It's like the only Winnie the Pooh plush I really have, even though Winnie the Pooh is literally the best thing Disney has, I guess. But he's here, and that's cool. I like this plush. We also have Kermit the Frog. I really like this Kermit plush. I plan on getting another Kermit plush. I might get another Kermit plush and just add a green spot here to make him Constantine the Frog from, I think it was Muppets Most Wanted. I can't remember, but yeah, it's Kermit. It's a good Kermit plush. That's all you really need to know about it. It's got this stamp on his foot for Disney Store or whatever. But yeah, that's Kermit. I have a Build-A-Bear Chewbacca, which I found the accessory it came with, a lightsaber. I don't know why it came with a lightsaber instead of a crossbow, but whatever. Yeah, this is literally just the same Chewie plush from last time. I'm gonna keep this brief and move on before I possibly sneeze. So let's move on. I also have a Build-A-Bear Stormtrooper with a Stormtrooper gun, which he probably fires terribly at because they all have terrible aim. And yeah, there's not much really to say. It's just a Build-A-Bear Stormtrooper plush. That's all I really can say. Time for some Toy Story plushies. We got Woody. This was a Toy Story 4 Woody plush. Not much really to say. A Toy Story 4 Buzz plush. Yeah, these are both Toy Story 4. Nothing much to say. I think this alien was also made for Toy Story 4 for some reason. But yeah, he goes with them. And then Rex. I don't know what movie Rex was made for, but definitely not Toy Story 4. This is a way older Rex plush. And I think he's a really cool plush. I genuinely think he's the best out of Toy Story plushies I have. So, yeah, those are the Toy Story ones. And Planes technically counts, right? Oh my god, another voice crack. But it technically counts, right? Because if Cars, if we're counting Pixar, that means we count Cars. And this takes place in the world of Cars. Planes is underrated, though. I'm gonna be honest, Planes is underrated. Anyways, about the plush. Dusty Crop Hopper, except there's a hole you can put your finger in and make him fly. And that's pretty much the only appeal of the plush, other than it being, you know, Dusty Crop Hopper himself as a plush. I really like this plush. You can tell I've had it for a while because of the propeller's condition. Yep, jeez, I've had this for a long while. Those are the Disney plushies. I have quite a few. Mostly because I bought them before I realized Disney was an evil, greedy corporation and stopped liking them. Yeah. But, these plushies, they're still good plushies, and who's gonna say no to good plushies? Let's move on to some television show characters, and most of them, and by television show characters, I literally just mean British television show characters, because CBeebies is a good channel. This video better not be marked for kids or I'm gonna fucking lose my shit, YouTube. You better not fucking mark this for kids, you dumbass. Anyways, let's go on and move on, and I'm losing my sanity. Okay, only 3 more sections, then I can do the uploading and the final shot in the morning or something, whatever. Here is Wooly from Wooly and Tig. Good plush. His voice box still works, I'm pretty sure.
Hey Tig, hey, counting kisses.
See?
One kiss.
He's got fluff on him.
3 kiss. Oh, 4 kiss.
It's like, he's a plush spider in the show, so it only makes sense if you get a real life plush of this guy, and it's pretty cool. So, yeah, that's him. Another CBeebies plush with a voice box inside the plush, Flop from Bing. Except his voice box doesn't work anymore. You died on me, bro. But yeah, either way, it's still a really cool plush. They do look like plushes in the show, so it, again, makes sense to get a plush of him. So, we did. And that's why he exists. Pretty good plush. We got 3 Octonaut plushies. We got Captain Barnacles. We got Quasi. You can actually lift his eye patch. We got Peso. I remembered his name this time. Peso. Did these guys even appear in the last one? I think they did. But yeah, I remember his name. It's Peso. Yeah, that's the penguin's name. Yes, I remembered it this time. I remembered it. And that's that. It doesn't really matter. These plushies are really cool. And yeah, that's all I can really say. And then we got this Clanger. I forgot what Clanger it is. I haven't watched show in ages. But I think it's Tiny Clanger? I can't remember. But one of my neighbors knit this for me when I was younger. So, yeah, this is technically a custom plush. And it is really well made. My neighbor did a good job. Yeah, I was back in England, and I'm not in England anymore, so, yeah. She was kind. And made this, as well as a few other things, but they don't really count, and aren't plushies, so, yeah. Anyways, it's good. It's part of my collection. It's one of kind. And that's kind of cool. Yeah, his part's pretty small. Yeah. You know, if they made Quiz plushies, there would probably be a lot more here, because I would have bought them all. But no, that show's forgotten by everyone, unfortunately. Let's move on to some miscellaneous characters. Characters that I couldn't really fit into their own little, sections, or the lightning round. So, they get their own they get a section in the miscellaneous category. Starting off the miscellaneous category, we got Jake the Dog from Adventure Time. This one's actually really cool. I found it at a garage sale. Or whatever it's fucking called. Garage sale, garage sale. I don't know what Americans do. I don't know what Americans call it. And that's why I don't call it the American thing, but I get confused. I genuinely hate myself. Anyways. Yeah, that's Jake the Dog. I really don't know why I'm supposed to be doing it. I'm really not supposed to. I don't know. Why am I doing this at midnight? Why am I doing this at night? Why couldn't I have done this in the morning? Why am I a dumbass? Why did I do this at night? Let's just move on. I really want to sleep. This next plush I also got that same garage sale. Minion! I don't know which specific minion this is supposed to be. I'm pretty sure it's not Stuart though, even though it has the one eye. But I don't know which minion this is supposed to be. Anyone who knows like every single minion in existence, please tell me, who is this? What should I... And if he doesn't have a name, what should he be called? So, yeah. That's the minion. There's something stuck in my throat again. Dang it. Here's the Space Jam New Legacy Ball from McDonald's. Tweety Bird. Yeah, nothing really important to say about this. Let me just flip it over to this side. Yep. Nothing much to say. We have the Thomas Land prizes. The Small Pillow Percy. The Small Pillow Thomas. And this Thomas, who I like to dub Weird Thomas because it's kind of weird. Thomas looks kind of weird, you know? Like, just look. If to me, at least, he is kind of weird. Yeah, these were all prizes at Thomas Land. And, yeah, I'm not sure if you can still get these exact ones. I don't know if they've replaced them with All Engines Go stuff. But, yeah, I got these. They're pretty cool. But I've been saying that about a lot of plushies. So, yeah. I'm just a broken record. Let's just move on. I am really tired. I shouldn't be doing it at this time. But oh well. The last plush for this section Slimer from Ghostbusters. Not much to say other than it slimed him. It slimed whatever the character's name was. I don't know much about Ghostbusters. Please don't execute me. But yeah, I got Slimer plush. It's a pretty cool plush. And yep, that's the end of the miscellaneous section. Please stand up. Thank you. So yeah, that's the end of the miscellaneous section. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. This last section after this little view of the miscellaneous guys, this is going to be about some random plushies. You know how you would have like regular teddy bears, teddy bunnies, or whatever you call it, little just stuffed animals? Yeah, this is kind of what this last section is. Just random stuffed animals I'm going to turn into their own characters. So, let's get into this final section so I can finally sleep. I need to sleep right now. So yeah, let's go on. This Donegal bear appeared in the previous one, but now he has a brother. My sister didn't want this, so I took it, and now this is Donegal bear's older brother. So yeah, I think his name's just going to be called Donegal Dan. So we've got Donegal Dan and Donegal Bear. Yeah, they're like football. Yeah. I don't know why I have these since I don't really care about football. But I don't throw my plushies away. So, they're here to stay. That rhymed. No one cared though. Except me. Anyways, next plush. No time for dilly-dallying. We gotta move on so I can sleep. Percy the bear. I got this guy in a hospital and named him Percy the bear because he was green, like Percy the train. I really liked Thomas and Friends when I was younger, and I still do, but I like Angry Birds more now. Yeah, Percy the bear. No relation to these guys. He's just a bear. We'll see another bear after this, but yeah, it's just Percy the bear. He's got a fancy ribbon, and yep, that's pretty much it. Reason I was in the hospital to get this guy is I broke my ankle on a trampoline. Yeah, that's it. Anyways, let's move on. The Camo Bear. This is a fake Build-A-Bear. Because at a birthday party that I was at, they had a fake Build-A-Bear. Because it was Build-A-Bear themed for some reason. So there's a fake Build-A-Bear. And I got this guy. The Camo Bear. Used to have a shirt. But that's long gone now, but it's probably somewhere in my room. I just like the camo look of this guy. So, yeah, that's Camo Bear. Not much to say, so let's move on. Mr. Chompy Grumbles. He used to be a school mascot, but he wasn't used in ages as a school mascot. So, you know, as you can probably guess, the principal let me take him home forever. So, he's now my property. Huh. And I find it kind of ironic because younger me actually made this guy a PlayStation account because I was stupid. But, yeah. He likes eating a bunch of food. Anything that can fit inside of his mouth, which is actually a zipper, he will eat it. That's basically what this guy is. He's technically a monster, but like a friendly one that just wants food. So, yeah, that's all there really is to him. Time to move on to the next plush. Leon the Lion. I thought of that name, just on the spot, basically. It's a lion that just wants to play the piano, basically. But he's just your average friendly guy. He's just a lion that wants to play piano. That's basically all he is. He's got a very colourful mane, colourful swirls, and a colourful tail. But that's all there really is to Leon the Lion. So let's move on to the last plush. And I swear, if I forgot any, I am going to be so annoyed. But I'm pretty sure that the next plush that we're covering is the final plush. And, ironically, the first plush that I ever got. I find it fitting to end on Jacoby. He is a dog. He is the first plush that I was to ever own. He basically spawned my love for plushies, and therefore, the reason this video and all the plushies I have exist. I'm trying to move his collar, I think. Yep, his name, Jacoby, written there. Is a dog plush. Yeah. Nothing really special to him other than the fact that he's the first plush that I've ever owned. If it wasn't for that, he'd just be a regular dog plush named Jacoby. So, I've covered all the plushies now. You're probably gonna see the final result of all the plushies, like in a few seconds. But for me, I'm gonna get some sleep, record the ending in the morning. 'Cause holy shit, I am tired. So, yeah. I'm gonna do that. All the plushies are just gonna have to stay on the floor over there overnight. Look at that pile. And, well, we'll just, you'll just, I don't know how to word this. You'll just go to the thing now. Look, is he giving me the rock eye? Am I just going crazy? Because I think I'm just going crazy. I need to get some sleep. I need to go real quick. So let's just go to the final result. Yeah. Also, here's a overview shot of all of the all these guys. Anyways, let's go to the final result thing. I've gone insane. Please, I really need sleep. So let's go. And one night of no sleep at all, and then a morning of putting everything in front of the door later. This is the final result, and oh god, I never expected to have this much. It's nearly taken the entirety of the main floor of my room. That's how much I have. Jeez. Yeah, this is literally everything. All 118. I'm pretty sure it's just 118. Yeah. All of them. Every single one is here. Even if you can't find it. Even if you can't find a plush in this little pile here, it's there. Because that giant dome of plushies, yeah, that was every plush, and it was all used and turned into this. So, yeah. I know there's gonna be at least one little person who's like,
you dumb British kid, you don't make plush videos. Why are you doing a plush collection if you don't make plush videos? It doesn't make sense, you dumbass. Why are you doing this? You're wasting your time.
And to that I say, you? Why are you just pointing out the obvious? Look, I do want to make plush videos on there, but like, I don't know what I'm doing, so I just haven't yet. But, like, yeah. I want to do this. I want to do it. And I mostly just make these so it's like, people can be like, oh, he has these ones. And if they want, they can make suggestions on what videos I could make with the plushies, and yeah. That's, why am I shaking? But yeah, that's kind of the reason why I do these. Also, don't ask why I did the first one in September 2024. I was impatient and just did it anyway at the time. But I waited a whole year and a bit more to do this entire thing. Because, I'm not expecting any more plushies to arrive. So this is literally every plush that I have. as of 2025. So, yeah. Also, sorry for not uploading much. I don't upload much nowadays, so yeah. And, also, Hunger Game 3, I still want to do that, but I might have to do a bit of refinement. I might change the cast up. Yeah. And also, if you remember last year, I said that I would make a take-along collection video. That might still happen, and it might just end up becoming a full-on Thomas Diecast collection. But yeah, I'm just gonna wrap up because I've been speaking for 3 minutes. Thanks for watching this stupid-ass video. I'm gonna go edit it now, and then I'm going to rest, and, yeah. Yeah, goodbye. Yeah. Why am I still shaking? Anyways, bye.